want to see from S2G if they want to showcase that they have what it takes to be a global champions one day. And that day could be this Sunday if they make it work out.
You're right. I mean, it definitely could be this Sunday, and let's see if they're going to be able to do it. Rebel got that SKS, trying to catch him out the vehicle. They want that point early on. Single tapping away, looking for that sneaky headshot. But yeah, not able to get it. They're going to go ahead and focusing on looting. Smart play.
Oh, okay. Glider used up by TRE over Benny and Hoxie. Probably just trying to get himself on the highway towards their main drop location of Ruins Trailer Park. They like to go over there. Usually it's quite away. It's pretty much the Zaki version of Miramar. They're trying to get.
Right.
So just stretching it, making it towards Trailer Park. They will be good to go. And actually, I do have a question for you right now. With Alpha 7, I said about how this team, technically, with their kind of results, they could miss out on being top 15 and not making it to the PMMI finals. Do you feel like there's still that potential? Because for me, I have not seen anything of value so far from Alpha 7. They're looking the exact same as they did back in PMGO Season 1, which scares me that we could be missing out on 2 global finals for Alpha 7 back-to-back. That would be terrible after winning PMGC.
Dude, I don't think you're even slightly right. I think you're damn right. I mean, right now, Alpha 7 is in trouble. I mean, 18 points on the board. That is not going to be enough. Not going to be enough. No way. Especially considering that they're not playing in that final day of the group stage. It makes it that much more difficult. It really, really does, right? We've seen it happen so many times where teams get so many points and they think that they're safe, and then they end up getting bad beat by 1 or 2 points. There is a slight advantage in being in that last day and knowing exactly what you need to do in order to qualify or not, right?
Yeah.
And there's no worse feeling than just having to sit, watch, and just hope that you make it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it's the last game and a team only needs like 4 points and they just barely get it. It's the worst. So, I mean, if you're Alpha 7, this squad, they've been around long enough. They know what time it is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's time to put in some work. It really, really is. Otherwise, yeah, we might not see them make it in the finals.
I do agree. I do know what you're saying, Hot Jukes. It's a bit of a bad time because they are in Group Red. Just to rehash your point of earlier, they are not going to be playing the last day, meaning they are going to be... It's not really going to be a moving goalpost at that point because so many teams normally of Group Red might be in the bottom few teams that don't make it to the final. So if they do have a few amount of points the teams can easily overtake, that's going to be a really big target on your back that, okay, if we reach these amount of points, Alpha 7 are out, and our odds of qualifying to the finals instantly are just way higher. And you get rid of a team that could be a threat going into the finals, realistically, because they are your reigning PMGC champions. So they've got to be very cautious because a lot of teams would like to be known as the squad that took down Alpha 7. So just got to be a little bit more cautious and keep that in the back of your head. As Yangon, also a team that I'm hoping to see a bit more of, especially leading at PMWC. Come on, man, Yangon, we need to wake up. They've got some good engages earlier, but the fighting capabilities is just not there as of right now.
Yeah, the other teams that are in that same boat as Alpha 7. Yangon Galacticos is one of them. They're even worse. They're in 14th place with 11 points. You got RRQ with 10 and 15th. And Tianba, right, tied with Alpha 7 in 11th place. So all of these teams, this is a very, very important Miramar match for them, especially the next one as we watch Chief get into a little bit of a, I thought it was a 1v1, but it wasn't. Silent, sneaking on up very silently there from that side and taking out Tian.
Yeah, that's quite unfortunate. They had a 4-man split down south, and they just sent one, Tian, up top on the mountain, and he gets spotted, and he can't really escape. I wish he had a vehicle. Did he have a car and I just didn't see it? Because I wish he just got in a vehicle and just got the hell out of Dodge, because he lingered in that area for way too long, and Furio just, well, we got the 2 off angles. That smoke is not going to save you, homie, and that's an easy point for them, so... LGD, bit of a head scratcher. Hopefully can try and resolve that going into their next Miramar. At least they will know Furio is going to be over there in the vicinity. So you just got to be a bit more cautious. But I have been impressed. I will have to say in general today, I have been impressed with China. I feel like in the past, there's been like maybe one team from China doing well. Weibo last year winning the entirety of PMHI. But no, here we've seen different names getting some good moments every once in a while. LGD, right? Thunder Talk got some themselves some good moments. Even K1 at the very start today on Rondo had an exceptional start. So I'm happy. I feel like China is definitely trying to get that Nova era back in PUBG Mobile esports, which you love to see.
I love to see it as well. I mean, we definitely seen them step up. LGD doing great. Like you mentioned, Thunder Talk as well. Tianba, you know, they're down and out right now in 12th place, 18 points. Not the performance we're hoping to see for them, especially considering that they're in Group Red. Regnum Karia, though, losing players early on once again, Max.
No way!
Wild, though! That was wild. 1v2 gets the confirmation as well. Let's see what they can do. The comeback.
Yeah, I mean, with the ASM Abakan too, doing so much heavy lifting on that fight versus BTR. Now Loxy trying to go for the engage with the M249. Not having to reload, a bit of an advantage, but while that nade could be huge, it doesn't confirm Razak. He might be able to stick the res. Get him back on his 2 feet. But the second nade, come on, he's still going for the res. Is he going to get it in time? He does not. Razak dying in the loving arms of Razy. So sad to see. But Razy, you got to leave. It's nadeable. Why are you not moving? Ah, come on. He had 3 opportunities, Optics, for him to leave. And he's like, no, I can take it. And he couldn't take it. He couldn't, no.
Yeah, I think what he thought was he saw that nade go so far to the left that he was going to nade in that same area. But the green smoke from the box gave it away exactly where he was. He's like, I'm going to throw it right there on that smoke. Yeah. And was able to get the confirmation. So beautifully done. Nice spotting there for Regnum Karia and a good comeback.
Actually, Regnum Karia, I think loot-wise, weren't doing too good. And we did see Bigatron loot a loot truck earlier on in this game on phase 1. They had a FAMAS, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it was a FAMAS. So Regnum get the points, right? What was that? 4 points on top of BTR. And also secure themselves airdrop weapons in that FAMAS. So they're going to be happy-chappy about that start on Miramar. But yeah, Bigatron.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, bit of a head scratcher for me. Sorry, Hodrix, to be completely honest. Yep. The fact that you get naded and you're like, I could take 2 more grenades. I don't understand.
it's the old dinosaur strat, right? If I can't move, they won't see me. Unfortunately, did not work.
It did not.
It did not. And now they're out early, and that's tough because I mean they've had. In Erangel, man, these guys went crazy. They really did. We're looking so great, and then just a little bit of a misstep here. 1 more game left to go. I mean, they're still in a great position on the leaderboards, but, you know, it's just tough to see them go out so early. Next zone, though, about to pop up. We're going to get a central circle here, or we're going to see some zone shenanigans. Let's find out.
Yeah, I like this 2-2 split from RRQ, right? 2 players on the east next to Graveyard, 2 players down south, west of La Bandita. I know it's going to be a big western shift. Most of the teams in this lobby are not in the play zone, so they're going to have to go for a big rotation. You want to see these wide northern or southern rotates, trying to avoid that big clump of teams on the eastern edge of that zone. So teams like KRX, Tiamba, Alpha 7, Thunder Talk, even RRQ and Aurora need to be very quick on that pivot to not get caught on that rotation. Because those western compounds, there's like literally maybe 10 compounds available for free, maybe more. So if you do not make this rotation work out, I just think you were not trying hard enough.
That's true. Yeah, that is true. You got to get moving quickly here. K1, though, when they saw that circle shift, they were just like, yay, we are set up. Yeah. Perfect hardship for them. But the rest of these teams, like you mentioned, most of the lobby, got to get moving. LGD trying to make that rotation. Yuya, punishing them. Yeah, when you get an opportunity to get a point like that, you got to take it.
Yeah, like instant headshot with the red dot from Silence. You know what? I have a lot of favorite players when it comes to Brazil, right? In particular, I used to love back in the day our boy Rato Boy, but he's still not.
Rato Boy.
But man, Silence during PMGO, he made me think, oh, okay, this guy, he's doing really well. Maybe a new big name in Brazil that you just need to fear. And he's been having some great moments also here in PMMI. So I'm telling you, Silence is just an absolute menace when the stars align. So just got to be very careful. Steer clear if you see Silence in the elimination feed, because he will make you sit down if he is in that range to get you. As Aurora, also on their own pivot, they did go for a bit of a southern rotate, but actually centering up very quickly on the ridge line next to Power Grid. Which is great. You know your terrain. You just stay there. You're trying to make sure no team gets a nade range, which actually Zyol kind of is a nade range of Silas. If I were him, if you're spotted, get in a buggy, reposition, because this is just not worth lingering here for too long.
Definitely not. You want to put yourself in a good position in this next zone, especially with Miramar being such a massive map. You should be able to prioritize position kind of over these early engagements. Silas, though, just kind of popping some shots off. Zyol, though, is lingering. We talked about lingerers earlier, right? Zyol and Aurora kind of looking like they wanted engagement.
They're pushing? Why are we pushing?
Okay. Zyol, oh, he's got a P90. Maybe that's why. Gotta be careful, though. Oh, that headshot. Maybe not.
Yeah, they didn't know about RQ's position, too. That's a good nade onto Wild. A little bit undercooked, but still a good idea, as Aurora going to keep on peppering down the competition.
Wow.
Got to be a bit cautious. Go for the reset, as Reefus also did get knocked, but it's still in a relatively resable area, so it shouldn't be too bad. But look in the back end, Wolves also got a sneaky angle as Top setting it solo on top of the mountainside. Everything seems like it's somewhat falling apart for Regnum Kara, though. I feel like they were just not expecting a fight this early on, and I understand why would a team commit on phase 2 for a fight in this area in particular. It just makes no sense, and Wild will get the angle to punish Top. That's a knock, instantly converted into a flush. Up to 5 eliminations. Wild left as a solo. And I'm going to say Aurora taking a very unnecessary fight. Losing a player at this stage, the odds of that chicken dinner is going down significantly. But the nade is perfect, and Zyol eliminates all of Regnum Karia. That is 3 points headed the way of the Mongolian super team.
And Regnum Karia out. 14th place. Not going to cut it. I mean, this is dead center of the zone, and I think that they just wanted to hold it no matter what and just kind of keep them away. But man, exactly, right? Still, it is such a risky fight. Easily could have been third party. Lucky for them, it didn't happen. But Aurora end up losing one and take out Regnum Karia.
Yeah, maybe they were just scared because of the circle shift that teams are going to push from the southern edge, which actually, I'm looking at the minimap right now. Furia did push up behind what would have been Aurora's previous location, so I feel like maybe they were just trying to avoid getting caught sandwiched between the likes of Regnum Karia and Furia, and maybe even the likes of RRQ and Wolves. But even then, the way they approached it, for me, not too certain. So this will be because we're just theorizing at this point, right? This was the moment where we'd love to have interviews just to be like, okay, what was the reasoning behind that play? Why did you guys commit so early? And maybe they'll say something that was like, oh, okay, no, that makes a ton of sense. If you knew that team was there, you wanted to send it, fair enough. But without that information, I'm left wondering why. And that's it. End of sentence.
Yeah, just why? It definitely wasn't clean, right? That's for sure. I think that's why it brings up so many questions. I mean, they were dead center of zone, and I think they're like, this is the best position. We want it. But, I mean, they could have easily shared it as well. But who knows, right? Aurora getting the better of them. Another devastating loss for Regnum Karia. They're looking just so rough here in day one. I mean, lucky for Regnum Karia, they're going to play in the last day, so they'll have a chance, but that last day is going to be brutal.
Oh, most definitely. It is going to be just tooth and nail trying to claw their way right back into their good positions in the rankings, making it to top 15. And I had some people, by the way, I was reading chat earlier during the break, and some people were saying, oh, it's so easy to qualify. You need to be top 15 out of 16 teams. No. It's 3 groups of 8 teams. you got way more squads than you might expect. So out of that,
it's 25.
Yeah. Out of 25, you need to be able to. Wait, 25?
I believe so.
Wait,
I'm 24.
24. Yeah, 24. I was like, I'm pretty sure 3 times 8 is not 25.
That's right.
That's including all gamers that are already straight to the finals. But no, so out of 24 teams, you need to be top 15, which still is relatively easy for some teams to make, right? But it's not as easy as top 15 out of 16. You do have way more teams in Group also Yellow that have yet to play a single game. They will be playing their first games tomorrow on day 2 of the PMI group stage.
Yeah, not to mention, we still got some other monster squads reaching into the game here next time. We're going to see Weibo Ulf as well, looking to dominate and take that top spot in Turkey. As Regnum Karia fall out early here. Aurora holding that central position. They're down 2 now. So it's just Reefus and Zyol. They're going to have to back off, I think, a little bit here. Just kind of bide some time.
Yeah, just trying to survive.
Young Galacticos, this is their game, honestly. They need it so bad. They are in 15th place. They got a central position. Everybody up. They need this win.
I just need more aggression from Yangon. They've showed sometimes just sparks of aggression. Like, oh yeah, commit to it. And then they just kind of think of another option and they just go for that option instead of just trying to commit to a fight instead. So I feel like that is still something that even when they won PMWC, I was like, I wish I saw more aggression from this roster. They're playing very passive. They're playing the passive route from Undertale right now. That's what it feels like. So I wish they tried to just send it on some fights, just add a lot of value if you do come out on top. Though Fury are just going to be hugging that cliffside on the mountain next to Power Grid. And they've got a good scope of the land. They've got a good idea of where especially K1 and Tiamba are. So you've got 2 Chinese teams pushing up onto them. Actually 3. They're surrounded by 3 Chinese teams. It's Furia surrounded by LGD, Tiamba, and K1. It's like a mini PEL where Brazil is also invited.
That's right. That's right. Furia And they don't mind being invited here from this position, right? They're going to have that Pecado mountainside all to their lonesome here for the most part. So they are going to be taking some nice peeks. You got Igor with that mini looking to pop some headshots. See if you can spot some folks. Ayala, though. I don't think he wants to peek. He ain't got no helmet.
Yep, not the best. Especially, imagine if you had an orm and you would have had the buff you changed.
Dude.
Instant elimination.
I wish I would have seen the chat's response. I think everybody had to agree. It's a great idea.
I saw a lot of ones.
Awesome to watch.
Way more ones than twos. What was one agreeing or disagreeing? I don't remember.
One was agreeing.
One was agreeing. Okay, so people agree with your orm buff in, like, at least most people did. So, okay, you might be cooking. I might be in the minority here, and that's fine. We do need to make the orm meta in some way. If that's the way to do it, then fair enough. As Wolves, North America, trying to make their push into the play zone. They already got some good dips to play around, so I feel like, yeah, just play it passive. There's no reason whatsoever to get involved in that conversation at this stage of the game. It's phase 4. Wait for circle 5. If then there's a fight that makes sense, that will provide you value, positionally speaking, in the circle, then send it. As of right now, don't go for it. As Alpha 7 actually do take the high ground. Elementrix, in nade range, I would recommend repositioning with your teammates. That is not a good spot to remain in.
Oh, here comes Carrillo down on the buggy. This is the time to get him. Can you hit those shots? What? Got him. Beautifully done. Gets the confirmation as well. They're going to definitely thirst that. Let's see what they do as far as to be able to handle Alpha 7. Nice nades from them. That's another good one. Oh, just a little bit off the mark. Elementrix trying to throw some util of his own to buy some time for the rest of his squad to get into this fight. But it looks like we are going to definitely see this battle ring out between Alpha 7 and Wolves.
I mean, after Alpha 7 do such a big mistake like that, yeah, of course, even if you're Wolves, just go ahead and punish it. You're in a 4v3 scenario, then a very nadeable position, denying their vision with that smoke. Might as well do it, though. You've got to be careful, Elementrix. Don't go too far alone. Wait for your squad to back up that play. Elementrix does get dropped eventually by Revo. It's not the way to work it out. That is, now they're doing a throw of their own, it seems. Definitely not the way to execute it. Nade, good damage maybe on some of the members of Wolves. Nope, does not connect, and it will be Slonic to get it done with a Grenada right now onto Guizao. Second nade, trying to get onto Revo. That's the flush confirmed. Nicely done, but the backup nade is there too. This fight, I would say it had no reason whatsoever to begin in the first place, but the execution, especially from Carrillo, who's just beelining it for that solo player, a bit of an oddity to me. I'm not sure why Carrillo decided to try and go for such a Hail Mary push when it was just not worth it, and the execution was just not there.
I agree. I understand why the fight's ringing out now. I mean, they're on the edge side.
Now it makes sense,
their chance of getting, third party is so low, but that early drive up was wild. I don't know if you didn't know they were there and tried to scout, but they should have known, that's for sure. So take a look at S2G Lost, taking out KRX here. Hoxie putting up a little bit of a fight, and I think get some eliminations as well. That's going to leave S2G down to 2 players, lost with 3 eliminated so far. And yeah, Wolves just not able to finish out this fight properly, and it's just necessary up left.
I wish you could pick up a death crate and put it in the boot of a car. You can only pick it up and put it down somewhere. Imagine you could put it in the boot of a car. Just like, okay, quickly put it in the boot, move up. That would actually be a great feature. I would love to see that added in the future. Just to really use that to its full potential. As of right now, that is not the case. So they've got to loot up in the blue and be quick because phase 5 does tickle a little bit too much. They've got to be cautious. As Aurora, okay, this is, I'm starting to get a little bit frustrated because imagine if Aurora were in this position as a full team. Such an easy hold onto both Alpha 7 and Wolves. The push onto Regnum was just a little bit unnecessary earlier, and down to the duo, if a team decides to commit to the push, they might just instantly go down because they just don't have the numbers to back up a play like that.
So tough to see, especially for the side of Aurora. I mean, they're dead pretty much in the center of this lobby. They're 7th place right now, 27 points. Wolves right below them with 25. They still got a great position, and they still got 2 monstrous players in the lobby, so they can still put something on the board. But yeah, if they would have had 4, this would have been their game locked and loaded for sure. Looking on the other side, though, look at this. We got K1 putting some nades onto Tianba. Tianba, one of those teams in, I believe, Group Red that need to make something happen here. As they are all the way down in 12th place with only 19 points. But their back is against the wall. But this is that time. This is one of those championship moments, right? You've got to be able to clutch it up when it counts.
Most definitely. Silence was taken out earlier this game. But they don't have to take the fight head on. They could just let it happen. Third party it when it wraps up. Just don't waste your resources. Hold on to your utility in particular. If someone hugs the cliffside just below you, that should be an easy flush. Actually, yeah, Ayala's a little bit split away from Higod and Chiefs. He's got to be a bit careful because Tiamba are slowly pushing up the mountainside. They are climbing. They got their climbing gear. They're ready to make the push upstairs as the circle favors RRQ. Same for Aurora, meaning Aurora now they're going to be in a hot suit, in a hot seat. Hot suit, hot jukes, okay.
Yeah.
So the main focus is going to be Alpha 7 and Wolves. They're going to transcend on their location. So that two-man defense, it's going to be hard to execute, but they need to come out on top.
Oh, Milu getting pieced up. Gonna go ahead and get that heal off very quickly here. Meanwhile, you got Igor with some great angles. Shots through the smoke. Locking them down.
I love that. It seems like they were just waiting for them to cross Ayala, so they had just two angles to pressure Tiamba. And I like how Ayala was just being so silent. He knew he needed to wait for them to be in a very desperate position where they could just use all of their utility, all of their resources to take an easy fight. But that still gives time for Tiamba to get a reset. A-King brought that up, back up. Not A-King too much after that fight. But the Molly going to push him a little bit more to the left side. Milu got to be careful there, trying to peek him down with a QBZ. The third party is happening. Sunam with a mini 14 gets that knock. Might just be flushed out as Milu, A-King, no one nearby to get that double res. But Furia might just have the final laugh.
Yeah, devastating for Tiamba, especially considering that the blue zone was closing in on them. Not much they could do here. Wolves are going to be going out as well in 12th place. Let's see what some of the rest of these squads can do, though. You still got those 2-0 up from Aurora. They're big chillin'. Meanwhile, a lot of these teams on this southeastern side going to have to find their way into this next zone. Furia. Oh, meanwhile, Solkay jumping out in the middle of the open. Ling S getting that confirmation real quick.
Yeah, the circle not being as kind as last game. So no. I understand how you cannot make that rotation happen. Reefers, they're able to pick up a nice knock onto Mernet. The flush has yet to happen. I believe they do have a decent defensive dip up north. So sure, you might get a bit of damage and knocks, but the flush is going to be very, very hard to pull off unless you go for a full-on crash on their location. Sending it down on the mountainside. The S12K will be mightier than the SMG and will get himself that knock, trying to flush it out instantly. Wei Ji, final play of LGD, though, surrounded by the Korean players. Trying to swap on over with the JS9, but it's just not enough. Wow. LGD swept under the rug, and that's going to be 3 points headed the way of Nolbu and Sizzy.
Great teamwork there. Deepless, putting them in the blender right there. Finishing them out. Meanwhile, you got Thunder Talk. All right, Thunder Talk in 6th place. All 4 players up. Pretty quiet here in the early start of this match. But now they know, hey, it's time to ramp up the aggression. Let's get some of these eliminations. Trying to make a decision. You got Zing there in the back. Just trying to make sure that you keep D+ Kia at bay. So this could be a problem for Thunder Talk. They got to make sure that they commit to one fight at a time. Yes, look inwards, find out where the next zone is. But you got to worry about D+ Kia. You can't let them sneak up on you.
I mean, this is a great circle for D+ Kia and Furia because the circle is kind of cutting through that mountain southeast. And it means your odds of getting backstabbed are almost 0, right? No one's going to try and go for wide rotation on the east, especially when the terrain is that rough, where the vehicle is going to take you ages, and the tick damage of phase 6 going to phase 7 is insane. So this circle, it's a good time for D+ and Fury to start sweeping from the edge inwards. So if they can make use of that, and especially if phase 7 is decent for them, that could be a huge match this time around. And the circle does shift, and it is going to be on RRQ's compound, followed up by also K1. So yeah, Fury in particular, no one near them down south except for maybe Alpha 7's duo in Revo and Obscure. This could be looking like a solid Brazilian win out of those two teams.
Yes, and they definitely need it right now. Fury in 12th place, Young Galacticos. This is one win that they absolutely need, though. They are in big trouble on the leaderboards. They're outside of this circle. They have Aurora to face. It's only a duo, but this is a deadly duo. Zol's got that P90. And you got RRQ applying pressure all the way from downtown over here. Let's see what Young Galacticos can do.
We'll have to see. They're really good on Aurora, trying to be a bit silent, denying information, not giving away their location with the footsteps audio cues. Say Cloud, got to push back. Got to be careful. I saw P90 in the hands of one of the members of Aurora. That could be your downfall if you're not careful. I do like how they're trying to use that high ground position, but you got to be quick about it. You got 1 minute to work with, otherwise the circle's going to be starting to shift away. But this is it. Yangon just being too passive. You've got a 2v4. You've got the man advantage. You need to commit to it. The P90 doing so much work. That's one. Maybe looking for the double. Zeal doing so much damage with that airdrop weapon. Now trying to put his focus onto Romeo. He picks it up. That P90 in his hands is doing so much heavy lifting.
Yeah, Galacticos just taking their sweet time. Can't hit the shotgun shot as well. Things falling apart for them. Zio looking unstoppable with that P90.
This is why you go after the loot trucks early game.
Oh my
The
goodness. They
P90
left.
will make it work. Ah.
Oh, that's rough. That's a bad sign, guys.
5 villains,
That's
man.
rough.
He's popping off. Apparently, they didn't need a full team. You know what? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe they were right to push on Regnum earlier. With a P90 again, he does it once more. It's up to Sunan of K1. Zio, an absolute beast here on Miramar. Up to 6 eliminations as a solo. What is going on?
The one-man squad at this point, making it happen. Just a man in his P90 putting in the work. Reefus throwing some great support for him as well. Look on the other side of the map. We got Thunder Talk now having to push into the zone little by little. RRQ using that opportunity to throw some great utility onto them. Can they get the finish?
No.
Oh, look at this angle. Janfoss. Oh, gives it up.
He doesn't have a nade. If he had a nade, man, that would be so bad. Oh, his teammate's got a nade, apparently. That's a wake down for the count. Follow it up. Oh, he's got no nades and a Pekko too. Yeah, he's got himself the JS9, though, and the Scar loadout. And Thunder Talk just like, yeah, we're going to try and leapfrog that position, try and get the hell away from Gemfos because that angle is just too damn oppressive. And you know what? They make inside the buildings, meaning Gemfos can't get involved as much as he would really like to in that position.
Nice shot.
Thunder Talk falling down like flies. It's down to AJ and Sitting. Sitting going to go for the first aid. Hoping to survive as Lepar showing his back. He gets one shot. No, he misses it. You need to get the elimination. Sitting. What was that about?
What are you? It looked like he shot him straight in the back and somehow
Maybe the pan.
survives. Meanwhile, yeah, Thunder Talk completely gone. RRQ super fortunate there and at the perfect time. These guys are in 15th place. They need all the luck they can get.
Looking back, I think maybe the pan tanked it a little bit there.
Oh, the pan.
Yeah,
The
it maybe
shotgun
tanked a few, but I didn't see if he had a pan, but it's the only thing that makes sense because that looked square onto him.
Square on. Oh, Genboss.
Really
Getting
good trying
shot
to
out of
use.
the sky.
Yeah, good trying to use a bit more elevation here. I do like the attempt from RQ, but that's it. Yangon Galactical still a decent finish here. Able to get himself on the podium. That's some good points headed their way. No, they were so low on the rankings, but actually they're still low, right? 18 points. Woo. Not looking too good for Myanmar. But it's Furia, 3 players against that full squad of RRQ that are in last position. This could be the redemption arc RRQ need Hot Jukes at the end of this Miramar match.
They have to win. They don't need second place. They need the chicken dinner here and now. Let's see if they're going to be able to secure it though. And remember, RRQ is in group red, so they are not playing in the final day of the group stage. This could be their opportunity to put enough points on the board and hopefully stretch their way into the grand finals. But they got Furia to take out. 4v3 situation. Furia has the cover. RRQ are sending it with vehicles. They are getting into their fight. Furia goes down to the play zone. What is going on? Meanwhile, Genfoss up close to personal with the shotgun. Going for the res here. That nade could do it.
Oh no.
It's close. Ooh, it hurt.
I think he stopped the res there for a split second, so he might have to actually stick it from start to finish again. But they left Thiren in the back end. He just denied himself out to the blue zone. That would have been a 4-man push. It could have been so easy against Furia. Higor gets picked off eventually. The shotguns echoing through the dusty dunes of Miramar, looking for the final play of Furia, and that is going to be it. Game over. Our last place team of RRQ will finally get himself their chicken dinner they've been hoping for the entirety of today, and this might just be their ticket to the grand finals. Boy, oh boy, Hot Juice, did RRQ need this?
Oh, what a comeback. A huge, huge opportunity there, and they took it. RRQ clutching it up, like you mentioned, at the perfect moment. From last place, we're going to see just how far they moved up those overall leaderboards, but they're not done yet. One more match left to go today, Max. One more day to play for RRQ, but this thing definitely just makes things so much easier.
I do have a question for you. Did you like that Thiren remained on that high ground wall in the building and got eliminated by the blue zone? I understand the thought process of you want to try and get an off angle, but I feel like it would have been just way more efficient to send as a 4-man on Furia. But what do you think?
I think they rolled the dice. I think RRQ rolled the dice big time on that one, and it's just so like fortunate for them that they pulled a natural 20.